Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of the planet Mars. So now friends, as you know that Mars, which is currently transiting in the Taurus sign, and it is going to be transiting in this sign for a longer span of time. But briefly, it is going to be entering a very sensitive, tumultuous sign of Gemini. So on October 15th, Mars will enter the sign of Gemini and it is going to be transiting in this sign till November 13th. Now in between, Mars will also go into the retrograde motion on October 30th. Guys, if this had been a standalone sensitive transit movement, I would not have given much emphasis on it, but just because blending other planetary movement as well. So very soon Sun is going to be getting into its sign of debilitation, coming in the purview of Ketu. Over and above that, the way eclipse is just in a few days only, so we have to remain a little bit cautious. So I want to be very transparent, very clear with you guys. I'm not gonna be saying any good thing for any customized lagna in this video. Take this video as a cautionary sign that in which specific area of life you have to give heightened attention. Now, when we talk about from Mars's contribution, so definitely Mars is a planet of your energy, your focus, your drive, your willpower, your determination. So in whichever zodiac sign Mars transit or bases your lagna, in whichever house it transit, somehow the exertion of energies goes in that specific area of life. Now definitely in certain lagnas, Mars becomes important planet, and for certain lagnas it becomes functional malefic. But we cannot overlook the importance of this planet because this is the only planet which keeps us interested in the drama of life, because it's the Mars only which represents our passion, our desires. So now friends, if you want to understand stand alone the signification of the transit of Mars in Gemini. Now to be very honest, during this time Mars is not gonna go deeper in the Gemini sign. It's just gonna be there till 1 degree of Gemini and then it will get into the retrograde motion. But if you want to understand the essence of this influence of Gemini on Mars or Mars's influence on Gemini, so definitely Gemini is a sign being ruled by Mars's enemy, Mercury. Now why Mars considered Gemini as its enemy? Because Mars is like a commander. It's like a army military man in the planetary council, like in the council of all the planets. And Mercury is like a prince. Mercury is like a childlike nature. It represents your innate curiosity, kind of where energy goes scattered. And Mars like to function on a plane, on a ground where there is a strong degree and sense of duty, focus, where you have to exert your energies with a pinpointed focus. So because of that, this energy gives very uncomfortable ground for the Martian energies to function. Now definitely in today's day and age where all of us communicate through social media, so this could actually give rise to lot many quarrels and difference of opinion between these celebrities. This is also not a very good sign for the social media, because like the way whole world has been witnessing this ongoing war, certain countries are facing economy related issues and crisis. So the influence of Mars in Gemini can definitely press the kind of a panic button in so many ways for the social media users. Second thing is that even in our personal life, like Mars's influence of Gemini can make us get into argument, debates, like all those frustration which you are holding up within you. Just little bit provocation and you are gonna vent out everything. So communication can get very much fired up, a lot many debates, lot many arguments. So does that mean that no one is gonna get benefited? So honestly speaking, all those people in whose case like your nature of work involves lot of multitasking, lot of collaboration, dealing with different departments, too much of the journeys and travels and liaisonship, people working in the fields of sales, media, marketing, content creator. So these people can still get benefited if their ongoing dashas are not making them vulnerable in any ways. So okay friends, now let's just shift our discussion to the customized results for all the lagnas. So starting first with the Aries lagna people. So now guys, in your case, definitely Mars is your ascendant lord, a very auspicious planet for you guys, and in the transit Mars is going to be entering the third house. Now friends, I will be very honest with you, because Mars is also the Karaka significator of the third house as well, which is also known as the house of courage and valor. So unless and until you are not a kind of person who already, see, transit is not gonna bring everything on its own. If your own nature by default is easily provoking, you are a very short tempered person, then this can create problem for you. But if you're a kind of person who is very much in control of his whims, of his impulses, over and above that, you're also going through some supporting dashas as well, and your line of work also hovers around the third house, like you're working in the fields of sales, media, marketing, travel and tour business. So all those people can still get benefited. But again friends, I want to be very honest, very clear with you. Mars is a very fiery planet, so try not to get into any arguments, or try not to be very forceful regarding of your opinions. But when we talk about for all those people who are in any sort of competitive sports or top leadership, or in any sort of muscle kind of nature of job, all those people can still get benefited with this transit of Mars in your third house. A very good sign for making use of your willpower. Just again, try to make a healthy balance between being convincing, not being very forceful. Now friends, and also even if you want to take into consideration the three aspects of the planet Mars. So Mars is going to be looking at your 6th house, your 9th house and your 10th house. So definitely your strong determination will win over any competitive situation. Luck is definitely going to be supporting you, and basis how much hard work you will be putting in, some gains at your work front can be anticipated. Now friends, moving ahead, now for all the Taurus lagna people. So now guys, in your case, definitely Mars has got the rulership of your 7th house and the 12th house, and in the transit Mars is going to be entering your like 2nd house. So now friends, the thing over here is that all of your angular houses, Kendra Bhav, are right now vacant. So one thing is for sure that, and it's not only that, your ascendant lord is also right now debilitated and highly combust, and under a lot of pressure from other planets as well. So I want to be very honest with you. When we talk about any of the important financial decision, you have to remain very, very cautious in all those areas. Like if you are contemplating or experimenting with any restructuring in your finances or any of the important financial decision, either postpone it or take it with utmost sincerity, attention. Seek some expert opinion. That is only thing which I want to say. Also friends, this energy of Mars can also make you very opinionated. Speech can become very fiery. So specifically pertaining to the matters of your speech, your financial decision making, you have to remain little bit cautious and careful. Now friends, the thing over here is that with this entry of Mars, Mars is going to be looking at your 5th house as well. So again, the thing over here is that the way planet function, if you're a kind of person who is not in control, in command over his whims, over his impulses, so this entry of Mars can actually provoke you or trigger you for some speculative investments and all of that. So you just have to save yourself from all of those temptations, because all the aspects of Mars is also indicating towards those sort of behavior, those sort of thought process and temptations only. Now friends, moving ahead, now for all the Gemini lagna people. So now guys, in your case, as you can see that the good part is that although Mars is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, but over and above that, the transit of Mars in your 12th house is always a vulnerable energy, like threat on the account of like hidden enemies, people who are secretively envious of you. So I would say that the entry of Mars in your 1st house will still be much beneficial as compared to its transit in your 12th house. And from over here as well, Mars is going to be aspecting some of the important houses, like specifically if in your case, like I would say marriage, networking, or real estate is an integral part of your lifestyle, your livelihood. So again friends, I would just want to be very honest over here. Keep good care of your health. Mars will definitely give you necessary thrust which is required if you are already going through any competitive situations, any lawsuit related concerns, or even if in your line of work, like giving presentation, working on a high pressure job, lot of multitasking, if that is an integral part of your line of work, so this transit of Mars in your first house will definitely empower you. So again friends, a very good energy regarding the making good use of your determination, your willpower. And when we talk about pertaining to the matters of your close family ties or relationship with your partner and all of that, so over there refrain from acting out of frustration, being very impulsive, headstrongness. So refrain from manifesting those sort of behaviors. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Cancer Lagna people, just a quick sip. Okay guys, so in your case, Mars becomes your Yokarka planet, and Mars is going to be transiting in your 12th house. So definitely friends, that is the only reason for this week's forecast. I mentioned this thing that certain Cancer Lagna people, their job, their workplace environment is going to be very volatile, because it's not only your 10th house Lord is going to be transiting in your 12th house, but also Moon is going to be a part of it. So Moon, which tells about our subconsciousness, and in your case it is your ascendant Lord as well. So that vulnerability is still going to be there. So like I would say that even if you are getting this premonition that people are plotting behind your back, people are like doing any office politics and all of that, so it's best to avoid that, because friends, this is what the use of listening and watching all these videos, so that you get to know that when the wind is in your favor and when the wind is not in your favor. So this is something which I want to say. Definitely workplace environment is not gonna become challenging on surface. It's like everything is happening, getting plotted up behind your back. So just try to remain at the best of your conduct, even if you get this instincts that people are provoking you, people are grouping against you. So do not fall prey to those sort of behaviors. Second thing is that friends, I would say that this could be a good time for all those people in whose case art, creativity, spirituality, overseas investment, no, not financial investment, like overseas travel, I can still give you a go ahead. But yes, pertaining to the investment as well, you have to remain very cautious, careful. 5th house Lord going in an enemy sign in the 12th house is again not a very good energy for any investments or any risky investments in the stock market, trading and all of that. So remain cautious and careful over there as well. When we talk about the matters of the love and romance, so over there as well, there could be some sort of misunderstanding with your partner. So again friends, I want to be very honest with you. The way planetary energies is going to be influencing us in next couple of days, with Ketu changing its nakshatra, Sun getting into debilitation, then the eclipses and all of that. So just specifically at your work front, remain very cautious, remain very alert, do your best job and refrain from getting involved in any drama, any politics, and avoid any important decision making where there is a lot of risk, uncertainties involved. That is the only thing which I want to say. And for all the Sanatan Dharma followers, like if you're already going through challenges at your work front, so Hanuman Chalisa and most importantly Bajrang Baan will become very important for you, reciting that. And even if you can think about like in Lord Hanuman's temple, chola, like getting a chola there, offering it to Lord Hanuman, or any flag to Lord Hanuman, offering that will definitely help you, protect you pertaining to any threatful situations at your work front. But again friends, very good time for spiritual elevation, and as you know that the time of eclipses is considered as very good for giving power, infusing power in any mantra, in any spiritual austerity. So consider directing your energies in that direction. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Leo Lagna people. So now guys, in your case as well, Mars becomes your Yokarka planet, and Mars is going to be transiting in your 11th house. So again friends, like the beauty of the Leo Lagna people right now is that no matter how much tumultuous situations are getting generated in the transit, but still these guys are not only unaffected, but they are also in a position of power only. So this entry of Mars in your 11th house is gonna open up some new door of financial income opportunities, might introduce you to some new ideas, new plans, new people, prominent people. So regarding that front, this entry of Mars in your 11th house can be seen as a very good sign. Also friends, because in your case, like Mars is going to be aspecting your 2nd house of finances, 5th house of investment, and 6th house of competition. But again friends, I want to be very honest over here, just because at the end of the day, Mars is not getting into a sign which is friendly to it. So again, whatsoever is gonna happen during this time, you might have to act very discreet, very strategic, very competitive, very focused, because you know that 11th house has got multiple things happening at the same time. So just try to remain focused, do not get scattered or being distracted. So all these are the temptations and distractions, you have to battle with them. And definitely I would say, and also because 9th house lord is getting into a house in a sign where it is not very comfortable, so do not leave things on luck. Be more confident of your planning, of your preparation. Also do not leave things on other people, or just do not rely blindly on the word of other people. Be at the best of your preparation, your planning, your strategy making, and with this attitude, if you're gonna be working out for any of your goals and plans with a degree and sense of competitiveness, combativeness, fearlessness, then I would say that this entry of Mars in your 11th house can actually generate some new opportunities for you. And also pertaining to the travels and socialization, a very good energy. Like this entry of Mars in your 11th house is definitely gonna keep you busy for the next 1 month. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Virgo Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, Mars is not a very auspicious planet for you guys, but somehow Mars's presence or entry in the 10th house is always considered as a good sign. Now again, it all comes down to individual to individual. Are you kind of person who is completely in command and control of your whims, of your impulses, or are you kind of person who is very intolerant of any feedback, any suggestion? Like sometimes what happens is that even our bosses or people at work front, they are trying to be helpful to us. They are just kind of criticizing us, or they are just acting out as a critique for our own good. So that is the kind of approach and attitude you have to work with, that which all people are trying to let you down and which all people are actually your well-wisher. Because at your work front, specifically with your bosses and all of that, energies is gonna get fired up, but again it can be utilized to your advantage as well. So definitely friends, this transit of Mars in your 10th house is definitely gonna be bringing lot many challenges and unpredictability at your work front, because it's the energy of the 8th house and the 3rd house which is going in your 10th house of profession. But again, with the way the whole planetary concentration is currently taking place in your 1st house, Mercury being a part of that, so again there are those sensitive turbulent situations, but those can be molded and utilized in your favor, in your advantage as well. This is something which I want to say. Just refrain from getting into arguments with your bosses. There could be some sort of last moment travels as well, and just remain very much open towards things going haywire, new challenges, new kind of unusual circumstances to deal with, because this is how the entry of Mars in your 10th house is going to be bringing out the results. Now friends, moving ahead, now for all the Libra Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, Mars has got the rulership of your 7th house and the 2nd house, and in transit it is going to be entering your 9th house. So definitely friends, anything is better than Mars being transiting in your 8th house. So this will very briefly open up the window of marriage proposal, gains on the account of partnership or alliances. So regarding that front, like let's say for example, any of the matters of the 7th house has been giving you trouble for a long span of time from the past couple of months, you will definitely find the relief for at least 1 month when Mars is going to enter your 9th house. Just refrain from getting into any sort of arguments with your father or your mentors and advisors. And I would say that regarding the matters of the finances or collaboration, partnership, some positive news this entry of Mars in your 9th house is going to be generating for a lot many Libra Lagna people. And also friends, just because Mars is in a way see the 4th aspect of Mars is still considered as very comfort giving, with which it is looking at your 12th house. 9th house in itself has a degree and sense of foreign energy attached to it. 12th house also represents the same. 3rd house is all about our initiatives, our plans. So I would say that if you are currently working hard in any of the areas of immigration or passport or foreign travel, overseas business settlement and all of that, so this 1 month will definitely open up a brief window of opportunity for lot many Libra Lagna people. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Scorpio Lagna people. So now guys, in your case, Mars is actually getting into a very sensitive, tumultuous position basis your Lagna. See, it is so tumultuous that I need a sip of coffee. So just give me a minute. Okay, so what I was about to say that, see, the transit of Mars till the time it was transiting in your 7th house, it was still a very good energy for partnership or matrimonial related concerns. Now with this entry of Mars in your 8th house, definitely it is a very volatile, sensitive energy where all the Scorpio Lagna have to remain very cautious, very careful. Now let's say for example, if your line of work involves dealing with these kind of threatful situations, you're working in the fields of law, policing, politics, or any of those underhanded activities and all of that, then this is not gonna be making you vulnerable. You know how to deal with these kind of challenging circumstances. But if you are a kind of person who has got a very very regular accounting, clerical job, a corporate job, so just try to remain very cautious and careful that during this 1 month you do not have to get involved in any office politics, any gossip, other people's baggage, or any unethical underhanded activity needs to be avoided, because this is a kind of a typical combination which gives rise to scandals and all sort of threatful allegations and challenges. One more thing friends, like if in your natal chart your Mars is already afflicted, or your chart in itself or your ongoing dashas are making you very accident prone, so I would say that during this time for next 1 month you have to remain additionally cautious and aware. And I would say friends, definitely from over here Mars is going to be aspecting your some important houses as well. Like when we talk about the benefic side of this transit, so it is going to be aspecting your both houses of income and opportunity, and also the 3rd house of your initiatives. So let's say for example, if in your biggest friends, you have to understand this thing, like whenever we talk about the ascendant lord, so wheresoever ascendant lord goes, somehow our focus, our energies goes in the matters of that house. So if you are in any case, you are working in the fields of insurance, revenue, occult fields, exploration, research, so then in those kind of cases some breakthrough can still be made. So again, it all comes down to individual. If your life hovers around the matters of the 8th house and your ongoing dashas are not making you very scandal or accidental prone, then this entry of Mars in your 8th house can still in a very unusual, unpredictable way can open up some new doors or new opportunities for you as well. So yes friends, this is something which I want to say for all the Scorpio Lagna people as a part of the remedy. Reciting Hanuman Chalisa, Lord Hanuman's Bajrang Baan will become very important for you. And also I would say that in extreme cases, if your chart and your dashas are very accidental prone, so visiting Lord Hanuman's temple, offering the chola, and even reciting Sundarakand on Tuesdays will become more protective for you as per your Lagna. Moving ahead friends, Now for all these Sagittarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, as you can see, Mars is going to be transiting in your 7th house. Now Mars becomes a very auspicious planet for you guys, so definitely this will actually see when we talk about regarding your matrimonial concerns. So definitely Mars is in a kind of a tumultuous alignment, being transiting in your 7th house, and the way all the planets are currently influencing all of us with an imminent solar eclipse and with the way Ketu's shift in the transit. So I would say specifically during this time your partner's nature could be little bit argumentative, or there could be some past issue which might suddenly be brought in the marriage, in any sort of discussion. So just try to remain very defensive while dealing with your partner or dealing on any of the important or sensitive matters. Now when we talk about return on investment, or when we talk about like travels, adventure, love and romance, so 5th house lord going in the 7th house, regarding all those areas, this can still be seen as a very positive energy, positive sign. And also friends, from over here as well, Mars is going to be aspecting your 10th house, 1st house and 2nd house. So one thing is for sure, if you are in any sort of like partnership business, or specifically your partner is involved, actively involved in your business, so because of the stars or support of your partner, some good recognition or financial returns can be expected for a lot many Sagittarius Lagna people. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Capricorn Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, as you can see that Mars has got the rulership of your 4th house and the 11th house, and in the transit Mars is going to be entering your 6th house, which can be seen as a little bit sensitive energy. Again friends, I want to be very honest, very clear over here, specifically for the lawyers, people in the policing field and all of that, this is not making you vulnerable. More challenges which will be attached with added opportunities as well. But when we talk about the like a normal regular corporate accounting people with a 9 to 5 job, so over there just refrain from, this is not a very good time for getting involved in any sort of politics and all of that, because it is only going to be disturbing your own peace of mind. Like you might go there with a helping hand, with an olive branch in your hand to help people or to reconcile any of the issue, but it is only gonna get backfired. So I would say that specifically pertaining to the matters of your interpersonal relationship at your work front, this can actually stir up the energy of too much of the opinions, forceful opinions, debates, arguments. So just try to refrain from, or do not provoke all those people or all those situation or projects which can create these kind of outcomes for you. And again friends, like when we talk about any of the important property related engagement or involvement, so this is not a very positive energy regarding that front as well. Like let's say for example, if you're already going through any of the property related dispute and court cases and all of that, so over there energy can still work in your favor. But if you are a first time house buyer, during this time you are planning to relocate, shift to a new home or accommodation, so this is not a very positive healthy energy for that. 4th house getting afflicted in the 6th house is just only gonna create more complication, more problems. So let's just wait for Mars to come back to 5th house, then you can initiate all those endeavors of yours. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Aquarius Lagna people, so now guys, in your case Mars becomes a very important planet. See, whenever we talk about the Aquarius Lagna people, we only give attention towards the Venus, which becomes a Yogarka planet. But trust me, it's the Mars only which holds the key to your professional endeavors, the direction of your career, and how much efforts you will be putting in there, because it has got the rulership of your 10th house and the 3rd house. So definitely friends, on one front this can be seen as a good transit, because our 10th house lord and the 3rd house lord is going in the 5th house of the new original ideas which can be implemented at your work front, or like any of the important professional restructuring or transformation if you have been contemplating. So regarding the ideation part, specifically people connected with the fields of art, entertainment, media, writing, profile, a very good energy for all of them. Like specifically, if you are a kind of person who has to multitask a lot, you have to deal with new challenges every day, a typical sales profile, or like working in a very high pressure job as well, this transit of Mars in your 5th house will definitely work out in your favor. Now the things where you have to remain aware and cautious is that definitely in certain cases like I keep on getting all those consultation where parents are just having hard time in dealing with the children, specifically the rebellious adolescent kids and all of that, and we cannot even blame them because this is how right now the planetary energy is happening. And if someone who already has got a very afflicted Rahu in the chart and that kid is also going through the dasha of that planet, so definitely like grown-ups get distracted, deluded because of the planetary influence. How can we just put the blame to the adolescent kids? But I would still say, friends, there could be some worry on the account of children for sure. And I would say that even in the love, romance, you have to remain a bit cautious, careful. Your partner might be suddenly acting out very forceful, or like students might also have to work very hard, or they have to remain very focused regarding your academics and all of that. So friends, these are the few things which I want to say. But again, when we talk about people connected with the engineering field, technical field, art, creativity, originality, working on new ideas, Mars's entry in the 5th house will definitely give necessary thrust to that. And in the cases of people with a hedonistic lifestyle, too much of the consumption of intoxicants and all of that, so over there you have to remain a bit cautious, careful. And 5th house also has to do with the mantra, with the chanting, with the spiritual practices as well. So specifically Bij mantra of Mars or the worship of Lord Hanuman, Lord Kartikeya will prove to be very beneficial. And lastly, friends, for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now guys, in your case, as you can see, Mars becomes important planet for you guys because it has got the rulership of your 9th house of fortune and the 2nd house of your finances, and in transit Mars is going to be entering your 4th house. So definitely friends, like 9th house and 2nd house lord going in the 4th house can be seen as a good sign for the matters of the real estate and all of that. So I would say, I want to be very clear over here, this can be a very positive supporting energy for people working as a professional realtor. It is still a very positive news for them. But for the first time house buyer, home buyer and all of that, if you have to initiate that a fresh process, then not a very good energy for that. In any case, Venus is right now combust, and the way we are just heading towards eclipses and all the energy, so not a very good energy for the first time home buyers, but realtors will definitely get benefited in one way or another way. Also friends, this entry of Mars in your 4th house, that too in a Gemini, can actually create lot of arguments and heated energy within the family front as well. And here we are talking about the verbal fights and all of that. So remain just bit calm, composed. If you by yourself are a knowledgeable person and you have a knowledge of astrology, so you are wise enough to understand why certain things are happening, why everyone's fuse is going off or people are getting triggered at the same time. So just remain cautious in all those areas. And I would say friends that like travel is one thing which you can plan. 9th house energy is going in the 4th house. So if you think that the domestic environment is getting very stiff, very suffocating because of too much of the ego clashes and all of that, so planning a travel or a short trip will definitely prove to be much beneficial for everyone's emotional mental rejuvenation. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Mars on October 15th. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.